there, welcome to Gray's Outdoors, and today I've got a hammock in my hand, but as you can see behind me there's no place to hang it in the garden, so let's make a hammock stand. So the first thing you ask me is, what am I going to need on this simple project? So what I've got here are 6 lengths of 44 by 45 timbers. They're 3 meters long, however I'm going to cut them shorter depending on the setup of your hammock, would depend on obviously how long you're going to cut it. I've also got 3 lengths of ash. They are old stair rails and I'm going to use them to go across my 2 tripods. So I'll just join them up and you'll see how I do that. Any timber or pole will be useful for that purpose. So that was the timber, and here's how we're going to put it together. We're using a saw and a hammer, a power drill and a spanner, a tape measure and a pencil, and we have 2 gate hinges, some coach bolts, some nuts and wing nuts, and some washers. I also have a little portable workbench. And I will put a list below of all these items. So this is the formation of my tripod, and this is my hinge, which is going to be going on those 2 and underneath there to form my tripod. So as you can see, I put the shackle in the hinge, but there is a fundamental flaw in this design. So let me show it to you quickly, and we're going to fix that up. So on the hinge there are 4 holes, 1, 2, 3 and 4. I've used this one for the shackle. However, when putting weight bearing load on that, it tends to skew the actual tripod. So what I'm going to do to fix that is drill a hole right in the center there. So let's get to that right now. That looks great. Now got a center hole, so let's stick the shackle in and see how it goes. Now let's just check the load. Sorry for the back of my head. Before I had an issue where it was going like that, so I'm very happy that it's actually fixed up. I suppose all learning points, but let's get to it. Yes, I've just tried the load bearing with the crossbar, the one tripod to the other, and had a bit of a disaster with my joint. So yeah, that can go over there. And very nicely my brother-in-law gave me a pipe from his allotment, so thanks Gav. And so I've got this steel pipe which is rusty, but it'll work. It's really strong. It's over 3 meters long, so we're going to use that. So let's So let's have a look at the details. You can see it's a VE day today, so we've got all the bunting up, and let's have a look here. So we've got our metal bar which is supported from the middle of the hinge by a shackle, and I've popped a carabiner in there. When you are buying the hinge, just make sure that you actually buy a strong one. This one was a little bit weak, probably hold, but if I had to do it again I would buy a strong one. How you support your beam, be it a wood beam, steel beam, from the hinge is really up to you. You don't have to use the shackle, you could just put a rope through, but I thought the rope might actually get damaged on the hinge where I drilled through, so I used a shackle. I just used a prusik knot round there, and my whoopee sling, I just popped it over the end of the pole to hang there. I've got a marlin spike hitch which my hammock goes around quite nicely. That would depend on your hammock, so there's various ways you can support that as you would put a normal hammock up. So make sure that your hammock is hanging over the pole, which is supported directly beneath the hinge. So I hope you enjoyed that short video. If you do have any questions, please just drop them in the comments, and all the best to everyone. Stay safe guys, and happy VE Day.